Hey guys, this is McCarver. Yeah, so I put out the Q&A thing on the Facebook fan page the other day, and we got a really good turnout. So I thought I'd answer a few of them for you guys. Just I'm not really high tech with it, just looking at them here on the phone. So you have to bear with me. Very first question. Edward Stanfield Jr. He said, what are you feeling on a post-workout carb product such as, he just lists some, random carb supplements out there. Honestly, I think when it comes to your carbs post-workout, the faster the better. So anything you can get in, the quicker digesting, something that's going to really spike your insulin type stuff, really get in your bloodstream and in the muscle quickly. What am I using? I actually have the new BSN carb supplement that just came out. Before they had the Volume A's, which was kind of like a waxy maize thing, which, it was alright, but I wasn't really too crazy about it. But now they have, it's like a glycogen based. I don't know if I can actually say the name. I don't know what the stipulations are on that. So I'm just going to leave it Product X for right now because it's not really available yet, and I don't want to, bust anybody's, be a killjoy for anybody or whatever. So but it'll be available soon. And basically what it is it's just a really fast, really fast digesting carbohydrate. And it's got some BCAAs in it, which is, of course, what you need. But honestly, if you can't, even afford something like that, just drink a Gatorade and some BCAAs. It's, that's pretty simple, and that's really what you need. Fast digesting sugar. Gatorade's got some electrolytes, some sugar, and a little bit of BCAAs, and you're good to go. All right. So that's that. Next, let's see here. Connor, you have to forgive me with your last name, buddy. Connor Whalen, maybe. Wallen. Anyways, along with the question above, how many carbs, proteins do you take in pre, intra, and post workout? Okay. Intra-workout, I'm not really doing any intra-workout carbs right now. Honey doesn't really have me doing any. Pre-workout, I have my pre-workout meal, which is normally about an hour and a half before I actually start training. And that consists of, cup and a half, 2 cups of jasmine rice with about 8 to 10 ounces of chicken. Honestly, here lately, my appetite's been kind of down just from, off season, and you kind of, your appetite just kind of slows down the more calories you're getting in every day. So, I've been around the 8 to 10 ounce chicken range, probably closer to 8, unfortunately. Intra workout, like I said, not doing anything. Also for the pre-workout, I'm doing, I do 50 grams of my carb supplement, and then, a scoop of, my pre-workout, whether I want to use a little HyperFX or Explode or whatever, and, of course, some branched chain aminos, pre, and then during the workout I do drink, my branched chains, and post-workout, we just talked about that. I do about 100 grams of the carb supplement, and, about another 10 grams of BCAAs, and then that's immediately after workout. Last set, drink the shake, and then I wait about an hour, and I come home and I have my last, or not my last meal, but my post workout meal, which is about 2 cups of jasmine rice and 12 ounces of fish. I prefer flounder, but to each their own as far as that. All right, here's a really good one because I kind of touched on it and didn't even mean to a minute ago. What are some tips and hints that could use to enhance my appetite? And what are some of your easy to make off-season meals? And that comes from Zach Bordato, I think, maybe. Shall I say that? Anyways, yeah, that's a really good one because, like I said, I struggle with this in the off season, and I'm gonna be honest with you. The best thing as far as stimulating my appetite is if I get my lazy ass out of bed and I go do about 20 minutes of cardio in the morning. You know, even if it's like mild cardio, like just go for a walk, or you know, go over to like there's a stadium right down the road, and I go walk up and down the bleachers, or whatever. You know, go get on the stairs at the gym. You know, the Stairmaster or whatever you have, stair mill, and you know, that's probably the key thing. And I wouldn't say do more than 15, 20 minutes, just enough on an empty stomach to just get you going. You know, and also another thing that really kills people's appetites that I find is when you get a lot of just like fatty foods. You know, a lot of like people get on these like perma bulks, and they want to bulk up to, they get a number in their mind, so I'm going to eat pizza and cheeseburgers and ice cream and all this stuff. And don't get me wrong, a cheat meal to stimulate your appetite does have a purpose, but on the same hand, if you're eating like that every day, it's just so much just nasty stuff. I think it just kind of, for me anyways, it just kind of, on days like when I take a trip or something, I'm kind of off my normal diet, and I eat like maybe a little stuff I shouldn't. On a regular basis, if I eat that kind of food, I just feel like it just slows down my metabolism a little bit. And easy to make off-season meals. A really good one, I think I've posted this. I used to live off this in college, and it's easy as can be. Get a bag of red potatoes, cut them up and boil them, and get some hamburger meat and pat it out into patties and throw them in a bag. And in the refrigerator, you can even freeze them and bring them out as you need them. And pat them out into like maybe 6 ounce patties, and then by the time you cook them down, obviously they're going to shrink down to 4 ounces or so, and you're going to get about 8 ounces of nice like lean ground beef there. And then put them on the George Foreman, cook some of the fat out, and then just weigh out some of those boiled potatoes. Just keep the potatoes, boil them, keep them in the fridge, and scoop them out, put them in the Tupperware or whatever, take them with you. It doesn't get much easier than that. And when I was like when I was doing college and like just getting into bodybuilding after football, I lived off that stuff, and that in my opinion, it doesn't get any easier. And I think it's pretty damn tasty too. It's hard to beat hamburger meat and potatoes. Yeah, okay. Oh man, you got some good questions. Like really, I really appreciate the turnout. And I'm sorry I can't answer all your questions. But odds are if you keep posting them, eventually I'll get to yours. It's just I answer what stands out to me right now. But if I see it's a reoccurring thing, then obviously it's going to stand out. So I make sure and get to you. Unfortunately, time restraints, we can't answer every question. All right, Robert Pelaquin, man, you guys, your name's hard to say. Anyways. Your opinion on cheat meals on off-season. Cheat meals, they have a purpose. If you're eating the right amount of calories and the right foods, you're never going to really flatten out and need a cheat meal for that reason to fill back out. But now, when you start dieting down, you can get a little ahead of yourself and flatten out and kind of overexert and overdeplete yourself, and in that case it does serve a purpose to help fill you back out and get you back where you need to be so you can continue losing fat without losing so much muscle. As for off season, I cheat 2 to 3 times a week, and then when I say cheat, like my cheat is I go eat some sushi, like some like just tuna on rice, raw tuna on rice, and some people don't consider that cheating, but if it's not on my normal everyday meals, to me it's a cheat. So especially when you go eat 50 pieces, and it's a good thing I don't do that often because I don't have $100 to eat out every meal. But yeah, something like that, and then probably once a week, like on a leg day or before a leg day or somewhere around a leg day, based around legs or back, because it's really big muscle group, something I'm trying to bring up too. I might have like a burger and some fries, or what else do we do? Chili. We make chili. Yeah, my buddy Andy, he's running the camera, by the way. He makes some fire chili. It's got like bison and all kinds of awesome stuff in it. And I mean, it's kick ass. But we might do that, or I'm not a real big pasta person. When I was growing up, we didn't eat a lot of pasta in my house. We had spaghetti or lasagna. My mom makes good lasagna. We would have that from time to time, but we weren't really big on pasta. Every now and then I'll get the urge, like, I might make a whole pan of lasagna and eat it or something. I don't know. But that's not really, my thing. I'm more of a burger, fries, sushi. I mean, I could eat sushi every damn meal, but I just honestly can't afford it, and, a little high in, sodium and whatnot. But yeah, that's, I think cheat meals, they serve a purpose, and the purpose is, especially in the off season, when you're not so much worried about, losing fat, it keeps you fresh, if nothing else. Like, people can make the case for, it stimulates your metabolic, whatever, blah, blah, bullshit. And I'm not saying that's bullshit, I'm just saying, like, people say stuff like that, and they use it as an excuse. I don't need an excuse like that. I don't care. If it doesn't stimulate a damn thing, I'm still going to do it, because if nothing else, it helps me keep my sanity. And that's what this is all about, is finding a way to be as successful as you can in this I don't know, whatever you want to call it, sport, culture, whatever we do. It's about, keeping a balance, and keeping your sanity. And I see so many people just jump in gung-ho, and I was one of those people, man. I told all my friends, I ain't going out with you guys no more. I ain't doing this. I'm sticking to the books, and it's good to limit yourself from those things, but at the same time, just like anything in life, if you're a successful businessman, you don't have your head so far up that business's ass that you can't enjoy your life. Because what's the point of being successful in life if you're not enjoying your life? That's what it all boils down to. And so yeah, if nothing else, and just keeping your head right, keeping you fresh. All right. Let's see, what else we got here. What's your preferred rep set range when trying to add size? My reps always stay between 10 and 15. I rarely go below 10. If nothing else, just because injury. If I want to do some heavy squats, maybe do a set of 5 or 6, whatever. If I want to, I might. But honestly, like, what's the point of getting under something and bench pressing it, 4 or 5 times? I mean, you're just asking to get hurt, and unless you're training for strength, and that's part of what you do, which it's a totally different thing, and I have all the respect for people in the world that do that. I personally don't really see a point in it, but now, to each their own, and so on and whatever. All right. There was one on here that I really wanted to touch on. Let's see here. I don't know. I can't find it. It was something about a lot of questions here, guys. Hold on. Just be patient with me. It was something about, I don't see it anymore, but it was something about, how I seem to be a person that balances a normal life, and wasn't there something on there about that, Andy?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. It's something about how do I seem to be somebody that balances a normal life and doing this, and it seems like a lot of pros don't have a life. Well, first off, I think that you guys out there, you don't see these pros behind closed doors, so to speak. You don't see these pros. A lot of them do have family, and a lot of them do have kids. And a lot of them are very, well-rounded people, but all you see them for is what they're doing. And, being all into this. And it's just like anything else. I mentioned earlier, if you're a businessman and you start a business, and I'll use Rob Bailey for an example. I mean, Rob totally consumes himself in his business and puts everything into that. And, he busts his ass on that. And, and that in itself, that's what it takes to be successful in anything. And, but on the flip side of that, you also have to have your sanity and you have to be happy. And, I find the most successful people are the people that stay happy and positive. And for me, I don't know. This is what I love. This is what I do. To me, this is like going to work every day. And I by no means compare myself to somebody that works, a very labor-intensive job and does this, because, I've been there. I've worked, 12, 13 hours a day and done this, and it's not easy, and I know, but at the same time, you just have to keep your sanity, and you can't get your mind so wrapped up in all of this that you miss out on the world. There's people out there, and you have friends, and you've had friends you've had your whole life, and regardless of whether you know it or not, you're not always going to have bodybuilding, and I think a lot of us don't realize that. And a perfect example of this is and he's an inspiration to me, and God, what a hell of a guy, is Chris Dims. Chris Dim, and I believe he was actually the first Asian bodybuilder to make it to the Olympia stage. And, now the man has had some unfortunate events, and, he's bound to a wheelchair. And, and he spends his whole life now just trying to walk. That's all he's trying to do is just walk. And then maybe eventually squat, and I'm not saying he can't do it, because if you follow this guy, that this guy's, if there's anybody that's going to do it, it's going to be this dude. And, but I guarantee you when he woke up in the mornings, he never thought for a second that he would be in that situation. And we don't realize, that this is all taken for granted, and it's all temporary, one way or another. Whether you get too old, or you get sick, or you get an injury, or whatever, it's all temporary. So I want to be the kind of person that if one morning I wake up and I can never step foot in a weight room again, and I can never do this again, I want to be happy. I want to be able to, I still want to have my life. I don't want to just be one of those people that, oh shit, bodybuilding's gone and I have nothing left. Because that's sad, man. That's sad to know that if all you have in your life is bodybuilding, and when it's gone, and that's it. What else you got to live for? Nah, not me, man. Not me. And, let's see if there's anything else I want to touch on here. I think that's enough for now, guys. We'll post more, and there'll be plenty of opportunities to do stuff like this again. If you have questions, make sure and get them on there, man. You keep getting them on there, I'll start seeing them more and more, and I'll get to you. Anyways, make sure you go check out my website, DallasMcCarver.com. Check out the YouTube channel. It's just Dallas McCarver, right?
Yep.
It's just Dallas McCarver YouTube channel. We're going to start uploading frequent videos. You can catch me on Muscular Development too. Of course, all my blogs are on bsn.com. Got to give a big thanks to BSN and MD for keeping me fed and keeping me happy and fat. But yeah, you guys stay tuned, and we'll have more coming. Take care.